postseason begins Monday, and as part of our North Texas Honda Dealers Inside Story, we have Glenn Smith from Metroplex Hoops in studio to help us break down some of these teams you need to know. All right, Glenn. Denton Guyer, the #1 ranked team in the nation. They have 4 guys going Division I next year or the year after down the road. What do these guys need to be looking for potentially when it comes to possibly getting upset? Because last year, they did get upset by Trinity.
Yeah, I think this year they are a little bit more playing well as far as team chemistry. Last year they weren't accustomed to playing that deep into the playoffs. Then guys more of a football school, so all of this is kind of new to those guys. I think this year they kind of got all that under their belt. They're battle tested. They had a way tougher schedule than they had in the past, and I think this may be the year for them.
I think they have a great chance to win the whole thing, too. Really talented group. Another team that's very talented, South Garland. The backcourt's loaded. Chris Harris, Tyrese Maxey. You'll be watching them in March Madness someday, both of those guys. Do they have what it takes, in your opinion, though, in the front court to make it to San Antonio? Because we know they're good at the guards.
I think they do. I think it all starts with the backcourt, because they do have probably the best backcourt that the Dallas-Fort Worth area has seen since Bracy Wright and Darren Williams. They have 2 top 50 guys with Tyrese Maxey leading the way. They do have a young front court, but when you have a backcourt that strong, it's kind of hard to beat those guys.
Yeah, good luck matching up with that. Anybody in the rest of the state, right?
Yes, sir.
In 5A, Waxahachie, they've been so impressive. The only team to beat Guyer all season, 2 wins against the reigning champs, Timberview. What do you like about Waxahachie? I think they've got a shot if they can beat those 2 teams.
I think Waxahachie probably is the most slept-on team in the state. They do have one of the best coaches in the state, in Greg Gober, who does a really good job. He's really gotten the most out of those guys. They've bought into his system in a really short amount of time. They play tough, they play team basketball, and they play it the right way.
Let's also talk a little about Little Elm. They have a stud and sophomore, R.J. Hampton. Do they have the supporting cast around him, though, you think, to get it done in the postseason?
I think they do, but I think when you have a kid like R.J. Hampton, he's special. We've had some really good kids to come out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but we don't have too many special kids to come out. And I think the last special kid that we had was Emmanuel Mudiay, who's playing for the New York Knicks now.
Yeah.
And I think R.J., he will be playing at that level one day, but I do think he's strong enough to lead his team very deep in the playoffs.
Glenn Smith does a great job covering high school basketball. Appreciate you being in studio.